Hi, my name is Anna and this is my channel, This Beautiful Life. I'm so glad that you stopped by. I am doing a try-on haul today. I have been building up some new products that I bought and I wanted to show you guys all at once instead of doing a haul and then a review. Feel free to subscribe and turn on the notification bell down below where the subscribe button is. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's start with the eyes. I'm going to go ahead and apply my eye primer. This is just my Urban Decay primer. So I went ahead and purchased the Colourpop Cosmetics Quad, and this is when they were running the sale where you could buy 4 shadows and get a free case. I like these shadows pretty well. This is a magnetic case, and I'm going to try to pop this out. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little place for you to take them out. Okay. So we have the little shadow here, and then we have the eyeshadow name on the back, and it shows that it's a pressed powder, so super easy. So I got 2 shimmery shades and 2 matte shades. Now the names are not on the back of this eyeshadow case, so what I did is that I wrote them on the back of one of the shadow encasements. This is what the eyeshadow comes in. Makeup Geek has the same kind of packaging. So we have Just in Time, which is this creamy yellow shade. Then we have Come and Get It, which is a metallic, it's basically a duochrome in my opinion. So it has pink and gold shifts. And then we have this peachy shade called Wait For It. And then the last shade is called Take the Lead. And this is a, I want to say it's a brown, it's a cool tone brown, if you know what I mean. It's really dark cool tone brown. So I'm going to go ahead and use these eyeshadows. So I'm taking this golden shade right here. I'm taking a flat brush. I'm just blending this up into my crease. And then I'm going to take the pink shade and I'm going to put that on the center to the back of my lid. This one doesn't seem as pigmented, but it's still really pretty. So I'm taking this Wet n Wild fluffy brush and I'm going to grab the orange shade. This is a matte shade, and this matte shade is very creamy. There is a bit of fallout from it because it is so creamy. So just know that. Might have to top it off, but I personally would like the orange to show off a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with that matte brown shade. I'm going to take this Precise brush. This is from Elizabeth Mott, and it's actually a blending brush, I think. An all-over shadow brush. And I'm going to take that dark brown, and once again this is pigmented and it has fallout, so just make sure that you do a little at a time until you're really sure that that's the amount of eyeshadow that you want to put on all at once. Then I'm going to switch back to my fluffy brush. This had the peachy shade on it, and I'm just going to blend that out a lot more. Okay, and then I'm going to go back into my flat brush, and I'm taking that dark shadow and I'm going to smudge this in my lash line. Not in my lash line. Under my lash line, excuse me. And then I'm actually going to take this shade right here, and I'm going to use that as my highlight. Hopefully it won't look ridiculous. I'm going to add a little bit of that golden shade, and then I'm going to use my fluffy brush and just blend that out, and there you have it. So comparing the Colourpop shadows to the Makeup Geek shadows, the Colourpop shadows are $5 and the Makeup Geek shadows are $6. The first ingredients in the Colourpop eyeshadows is talc, and talc is in the Makeup Geek shadows, the shimmers and the mattes, but it's much further down in the ingredient list. So the other difference that I really noticed is the shimmery shades, both the golden and the kind of duochrome shadow. Those were both very chunky glitter, so I don't know if you can tell in the picture, but when I move around I see a lot of texture on my eye, and I can only attribute that to the glitter, the shimmeriness of it. So I feel like the Makeup Geek shadows are much more finely milled and the quality seems a little bit better, or a lot better actually in my opinion. But I think that's only because Colourpop just came out with these shadows. I believe that as Colourpop improves their formula, I believe that they will get much better at the quality in the shadows. I like Makeup Geek's shadows. She works on the formula for years before she puts them out, so that's another pro for Makeup Geek. But it's honestly a toss-up. I think that Colourpop is going to come out with more trendy shades because they can produce the shades so much faster. So if you are into the latest trends, I think that Colourpop is going to be a great addition for you. I think as a makeup artist for classic shades, Makeup Geek has trendy shades too. I don't know, I'm just more attached to Makeup Geek for powder shadows because that's what I first started off with when I was getting into makeup. I bought the individual shadows and they were just so much better in quality than what I had ever used before. I mean, I used shadows from Wet n Wild, and I bought this random off-brand like little book of eyeshadows, and they smelled funny, but I still use them anyway. So when I was introduced to Makeup Geek, I was just so enthralled with her shadows and her blushes as well. So I'm going to stick with Makeup Geek for my pressed shadows, and I'll probably still stick with Colourpop for my cream shadows. That's just my personal opinion. I know some people really like the Colourpop eyeshadows, and that's totally fine. So let's move on to the next item. I'm just going to swatch these two shadows right here. I purchased the Stila Rose Gold Retro Liquid Metal Eyeshadow. I personally love this eyeshadow. It is so innovative in my opinion. Before on the market, from what I could tell, at least from what I was using, I would get the individual glitter, and I had a glitter glue, and I would have to put the glitter glue on my eye and then apply the actual glitter to my eye, and there was fallout, and it was just a huge pain. Well, with this eyeshadow, all I had to do is kind of paint it on my eye, wait for it to dry down, and it lasted me all day. I don't remember any fallout on my face or anything like that, so I'm going to continue to purchase these guys. They have several different shades. They are out of stock right now. They are $24 each, so that's a little bit of a high price, but I think that it saves time and possibly it could save money depending on what glitter glue you purchase and what kind of glitter you purchase. So I just think it's gorgeous, and I created a look with this and with my e.l.f. Cosmetics matte shadow. My friend and subscriber Sadie, she recommended that I purchase these a while back. She asked if I had purchased them, and I waited for so long to get this. But I personally really like it. This is the shade Blushing Rose. It's the same deal. It's a liquid. You apply it onto your eye, you blend it out. I used a fluffy brush and just blended it out, and it gives me a nice look on the outer edge of my eye. That's what I used it for. I put this all over my lid, and then I used this matte shadow as the blending shadow for my crease area and the outer V. And once again, I had no problems blending it out, and this shadow is only $4, so you really can't beat that. Next, I purchased this Milani Contour and Highlight. It's a cream liquid duo, and I got this after I saw Desi Perkins talking about this, and this is $9.99. I got it online on Target.com. I had them send this to my nearest Target location, and I received 2% back on Ebates. So I personally got shade 01 Fair Light. I was really afraid that this was not going to be the right shade for me, but it is. This is a really neutral matte shade, and the highlight is creamy, but it's really light as well. So if you are a darker skin tone than me, they do have a variety of shades. I don't know how dark the skin tone range is, so I would say test it out, and then you can always return it if it doesn't work for you. The next item I purchased was this e.l.f. Cosmetics concealer. This is in the shade Light. I believe this was $4 or $5. This looks very neutral in the bottle, but when I put it on the other day, it was orange. The reason why I purchased this is I have been using my Maybelline concealers, but for some reason they make my dry patches more exaggerated. So I checked the ingredients, and I believe it has coconut in it. I can't wait until coconut is no longer a fad because it doesn't do well on my skin. Hopefully it will help me in my concealing efforts. And then I got this little baby e.l.f. Cosmetics powder. It's a translucent powder for the under eye area. I've been trying to use it to set my under eyes because what ends up happening is that my eyes will crease while the rest of my makeup looks perfectly fine. So this powder was $3. Okay, so I'm going to try the base items right now. So I'm going to start off with the concealer. That's how I always do my makeup. Concealer first and then foundation. So I'm just going to dot this on. I don't know if you can tell how orange it looks, but to me it looks pretty orange. Okay, I'm going to grab this foundation. Well, it's actually called a concealer brush. And I'm just going to pat this in. I may need to get a lighter version of the concealer. Look how orange this is. But I know that orange cancels out purple. Alright, so now I'm going to put on my foundation. This is my Tarte Rainforest of the Sea foundation in Fair Light Neutral. So let's go ahead and put on the duo. So I'm just taking the contour shade, do that right under my cheekbones. I don't want to go too far. And then I'm going to blend it out with this foundation brush from e.l.f. Cosmetics. So in my opinion, this is a very soft contour. It's nothing extravagant. And I'm going to take the highlighter shade. I'm just going to apply that to the tops of my cheekbone. And I found that I have to blend it out pretty quickly. So I'm going to take my foundation brush and just pat it in. So now I have a nice highlight. So my foundation isn't matte, so my face already looks pretty highlighty. But I think that this cream highlighter has a natural glow to it. Sometimes when I put on highlighters, it makes my skin look dry, and the highlighter will just accentuate any dry patches or any texture that I have on my face. But this just gives my face a soft glow. I really like that. Now I'm going to apply my e.l.f. powder, and I probably should have done that already, but I'm just going to take a flat foundation brush from Real Techniques. You can take any flat brush. I'm going to gently pat that under my eyes. I'm going to take my contour brush from Real Techniques and put the brush in my powder. And then I'm just going to pat it in the places that get really shiny throughout the day. And then I'm going to apply this to the blush area so that the blush is easier to apply. I'm going to grab my Tarte blush. This is in Achoti. I think that's how you pronounce it. Taking my e.l.f. blush brush, just going right in the center. I'm taking a blending brush from e.l.f. and I'm just patting that blush into my skin. I want to make sure there are no harsh lines between the contour and my blush. So that is the base portion of this review. So next I purchased two things from Makeup Geek. So I purchased this Makeup Geek foiled lip gloss. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And I also purchased a Makeup Geek foiled pigment. This is in the shade Hocus Pocus. First of all, the Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadows are gorgeous. The pressed eyeshadows, I have, I believe, 2 of them, and I have never found anything close to that. So I wanted to pick up the pigment because I feel like as a pigment there's more. Psychologically, I feel like there's more in it. And the color is gorgeous. This pink is absolutely amazing. So this pigment is $12 and then the lip gloss is $15. I picked up the lip gloss because this color, number one, is unique. I don't have any color like it. So it's this magenta, but it also has a blue shift. And I have been wanting a color similar to a lipstick sample that I got from Al Naturel. And the other thing is that this formula to me is very unique. It's not sticky. It doesn't exactly go with this look, but that's okay. So the doe foot wand is very long. This doesn't have a smell to it ever so slightly of like an oil, but it's not chemically, which I really like. So this is very pigmented. The nice thing about this is you can use the edge of the doe foot wand to create your line. I should have lined my lips, but do I do that? No, I do not. Once again, I'm going to make a comparison to Colourpop just because these lip glosses are so much more expensive than the Colourpop lip gloss. Okay, so comparably, I mean, this is the darkest Colourpop lip gloss. This is in Furry, and it's a metallic lip gloss, foiled. Okay, so pigmentation, this is about the same pigmentation rate, but they have glitter in the Colourpop glosses, and to me they're gritty. Now I don't know if this is the case all across the Colourpop lip glosses, but I know a couple of them in the, this is from the winter collection, the holiday collection, and several of them were gritty. I personally don't mind grittiness, but I definitely wouldn't be able to wear these every day because the grittiness would get to me after a while. It's kind of annoying. So comparatively, for this lip gloss, the Colourpop glosses are very, very glossy, to the point where if you put too much on, a little too much, then when you close your lips, it has that line and you're like, ooh, she has too much lip gloss. On the other hand, the Makeup Geek gloss is not like that. I don't know how to describe this. I mean, it's a little bit sticky, but it's not like smack, smack, smack. And that's the kind of thing that kind of annoys me myself when I'm wearing it. When other people wear glosses, I don't care. I think this is well worth the $15. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed this review slash try on slash haul. If you have tried any of these products, let me know in the comments below. I would love to know what you've tried, if it's worked for you, maybe it didn't work for you and it worked for me. I hope that you guys have a great day, a wonderful week, and don't forget to make your world a better place. I'll talk to you later. Bye!